The common raccoon, Procyon lotor, also known as the washing raccoon, is a predatory mammal belonging to the genus Procyon and the family Procyonidae. Interestingly, these animals do not suffer from human activity, quite the opposite. They actually thrive in human-altered environments. In terms of size, raccoons are comparable to ordinary house cats. Adult individuals grow up to 60 centimeters in body length and can weigh up to 9 kilograms. Their short legs are equipped with well-developed fingers, which is why raccoon footprints often resemble tiny human handprints. Thanks to this feature, raccoons can grasp and hold various objects, and even food, which they are famous for washing before eating. Their fur is dense and thick, colored in shades of brownish-gray, providing excellent insulation in different climates. Appearance. Adult raccoons have a sturdy, compact body and relatively short limbs. Their tail is long, fluffy, and marked with distinct dark rings, one of their most recognizable features. The face of a raccoon bears its iconic black mask bordered by white fur, and a dark stripe runs from the forehead down to the nose. Between the eyes lies a small dark patch, while the tail is wrapped with alternating black rings. Their ears are of medium size with rounded tips, and the front paws are especially remarkable. Although raccoons move on all fours, their front limbs function almost like human hands, allowing them to hold, wash, and examine food items or small objects with great dexterity. Typically, raccoons eat while sitting upright, holding their food in their front paws and balancing on their hind legs. Their fingers are so nimble that they can find and catch prey even in murky water, relying on touch rather than sight. Fun fact: the first written records of these fascinating creatures date back to the time of Christopher Columbus. Since then, naturalists and zoologists have long debated which exact animal group raccoons should belong to. When moving, raccoons walk on their toes, but when standing still, they rest on the entire sole. Their feet can even rotate 180 degrees, which allows them to climb trees skillfully and descend headfirst, a rare ability among mammals. Character and lifestyle. Raccoons, like many other typical predators, prefer to lead a nocturnal lifestyle. During the daytime, these animals hide in secluded shelters, emerging only after nightfall to search for food. As hiding places, raccoons use tree hollows, burrows among roots, and other natural shelters. Each individual controls its own territory, usually covering about 5 square kilometers. Within this area, a raccoon arranges several safe dens, which are never shared with other raccoons. Sometimes, individual territories overlap, leading to competition and skirmishes between neighbors for control of the area. Raccoons living in regions with harsh winters may enter a state of hibernation, which distinguishes them from other members of the raccoon family. Interesting fact: although raccoons generally prefer a solitary way of life, during cold seasons they may form small wintering groups, sharing one den if space allows. Their hibernation typically lasts 4 to 5 months, but unlike most hibernating animals, raccoons do not experience a drastic slowdown in bodily functions, and their body temperature remains almost unchanged. Because of this, their sleep is considered light hibernation. They can wake up during warm spells, briefly leave their shelter to explore, and then return to rest. Nevertheless, raccoons remain much less active throughout the winter period. Lifespan. In the wild, raccoons generally live up to 5 years. However, in captivity, under proper care and favorable conditions, they can live up to 20 years. Sexual dimorphism. It is quite difficult to distinguish a male raccoon from a female, as they lack prominent external differences. The only reliable indicator is body size. Female raccoons are usually slightly larger than males. Subspecies of the raccoon, Procyon lotor. To this day, scientists recognize around 22 subspecies of raccoons, including several island endemics. Researchers believe that one subspecies, once considered an endemic, has not survived to modern times and is now regarded as extinct. Among the most well-known surviving subspecies are the Tres Marias raccoon and the Bahamian raccoon. The Tres Marias raccoon can reach a total length of up to 1 meter including the tail. Its fur is short and pale-colored, with the belly shaded in brown and a lighter undercoat. This subspecies has a distinctly angular skull, which serves as its key identifying feature. The Bahamian raccoon, by contrast, closely resembles its mainland relatives, but exhibits smaller body size, an example of island dwarfism. Interesting fact. Due to their dense fur and thick skin, these raccoons are well protected from insect bites. Adult Bahamian raccoons grow up to 60 centimeters in length, with tails measuring 21 to 41 centimeters. Males are generally larger than females. Their fur is grayish overall, with a slight ochre tint around the neck. In some individuals, the fur may appear completely black. The tail is decorated with 5 to 10 alternating color rings, giving it the species' signature striped look. Diet of the raccoon. Raccoons prefer to live near water sources, and therefore, the core of their diet consists of food found in and around aquatic environments. They are excellent hunters of fish, amphibians, and crustaceans, and their skill in catching prey is remarkable, often requiring just one quick movement of the paw to seize a fish or frog. Raccoons also enjoy eating hamsters, muskrats, turtle eggs, and small rodents. Away from the water, they readily consume insects and larvae, earthworms, fruits, berries, nuts, and bird eggs. In some regions, raccoons can cause significant damage to farms, especially by raiding chicken coops and poultry farms. Important to know. Raccoons have excellent eyesight and hearing, making them formidable nocturnal predators. Their night vision is just as sharp as in daylight. As opportunistic carnivores, their diet may also include hares, squirrels, and snails. However, despite their predatory habits, raccoons do not disdain plant foods, often eating berries, vegetables, and grains. During the warmer months, raccoons work to build up a thick fat layer, which helps them survive the winter period without starvation. Reproduction and offspring. In regions with colder climates, raccoons usually breed in February or March. However, in warmer areas, the breeding season is not tied to any specific time of year. Although a female generally chooses only one mate, males may mate with several different females during a single breeding period. After mating, the males take no part in raising the young, and soon leave the females to care for the offspring on their own. The female selects a safe and comfortable den where she gives birth approximately 2.5 months later. At birth, the kids are blind, toothless, and covered with short, pale fur. A typical litter contains from 1 to 7 young. By the 10th day, faint dark stripes begin to appear on their heads and tails. The kits open their eyes only after 2 to 3 weeks. Important note. Keeping raccoons in captivity requires special knowledge, since males often mate with multiple females, while females tend to remain monogamous within a season. For the first 3 months, the kits feed exclusively on their mother's milk. After another 2 months, the young raccoons become fully independent. Most juveniles stay near their mother until the onset of winter, although some may remain with her until the next breeding season. Female raccoons usually reach sexual maturity at about 1 year of age, whereas males mature slightly later. Natural enemies. Raccoons have quite a few natural enemies, no matter their age. Adult raccoons may fall prey to wolves, lynxes, bears, coyotes, alligators, and even large birds of prey. Younger raccoons are more vulnerable to attacks from reptiles and smaller raptors that hunt inexperienced juveniles. In some regions, jackals play a key role in controlling raccoon populations, acting as natural regulators of their numbers. Another serious threat comes from diseases such as canine distemper and rabies. This is especially true in the southern parts of their range, where thousands of raccoons die each year from infections. Interesting fact. In some countries, raccoon hunting is even considered a form of sport. Each year, up to 2 million individuals are hunted during these events. In urban environments, raccoons often face attacks from large stray dogs. However, they are far from defenseless. Adult raccoons have strong teeth and sharp claws and can put up a solid fight when threatened. Despite the many challenges they face in the wild, raccoon populations remain stable, proving just how adaptable and resilient these animals truly are. Population and conservation status. The Tres Marias raccoon species reached the brink of extinction as early as 1996. Today, only a handful of individuals remain in the wild. The problem lies in the fact that this animal inhabits a single island, where it has long been the target of human hunting. Unfortunately, there are no conservation programs in place to protect or restore its population. Given their already low numbers, it is unlikely that humans will be able to fully recover, let alone increase, the population of these unique animals. Another subspecies, the Bahama raccoon, faces a similarly dire situation. According to the IUCN Red List, it is also critically endangered, with only a few adult individuals left in the wild. Such a grim outlook is largely due to the continuous destruction of their natural habitats and the absence of effective protection measures. In conclusion, the common raccoon earned its name for a reason. Before eating, it often washes its food in water, though this behavior has little to do with cleanliness. In truth, it reflects their hunting habits, as raccoons frequently search for food in streams and ponds. In their native range, raccoons gained a reputation for raiding bird nests and feeding on rats and eggs. After being introduced to Europe, they continued to plunder nests, but avoided rats, a change linked to their shift from scavenging near dumps to living in forests. Raccoons are remarkably adaptable and not at all picky eaters. They can make a meal out of whatever they come across at the moment. Today, raccoons are increasingly found as pets in homes around the world. It's not uncommon to meet a family that keeps a raccoon, sometimes alongside a cat or a dog. These animals are fascinating to observe, especially during feeding time. They are not aggressive toward humans, can be easily tamed, and even respond well to training, provided they are raised from a young age, just like any other domestic pet. Here's the video. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. See you next time.